We're here with first-year head coach Craig Martin, the Monterey College men's volleyball team. Craig, how are you? Happy New Year.
Doing great. Happy New Year to you as well, sir.
Good. Obviously, very excited to have you in from Revere College, where you spent a while building such a prominent program in the Great Northeast Athletic Conference with Craig Kolick. And you're taking the helm from Doug Burrell from an 8-19 season last year. What are your expectations for this season, and what do you expect down the line in the next couple of years? As you build on your program.
Well, this season is primarily, let's see what we can do getting through the year. We didn't get any freshmen in, so we're really pulling kids from campus and really trying to make sure to teach them the basics and really try to get some fundamentals under them. So that if they do continue to play in future years, they at least have a base to work with and continue improving from there. As far as down the road, I fully expect to have a humongous recruiting class coming in next year, mostly because, like I said, we didn't get any freshmen this year, so I'm looking for about 2 years worth of recruits all to come in one season and really help us build the program. I expect within 3 to 4 years that we'll be right in the mix competing for a conference championship with a chance to be in the NCAA tournament. So I fully expect that over the next couple of years to continue putting pieces together to really put ourselves in a position to do that.
Something like that.
Yeah, well, I fully expect to have kids competing for All-American spots. 2 to 3 years. It's not really 4 to 5 years down the road. I expect to be competing rather quickly, and that's primarily the reason that I accepted this position, and I really came and contacted you and when it was open and really wanted this position. I had interviewed for 2 other positions and I turned them both down because I didn't think that they had what it's going to take. The location of the school being close to Boston, but yet outside the city. It's quiet here. The campus is fantastic. So I really think that this program is going to boom quickly. Being the first full-time head coach of the program, I think it's going to help tremendously. With the student athletes being able to access me at all times, being able to get extra help when they need it, being able to have workout programs when they need it, being able to really take pride in what the program is becoming. I think both the returning student athletes that have seen where I want to take the program, as well as the recruits that I've already spoken to that have high interest in the program. I think moving forward, I expect to be, like I said, 2 to 3 years down the line, competing for a national, or not a national championship, but a conference championship at least. And being able to compete with Revere, being able to compete with Emmanuel, as well as the top teams out of conference that are in the region, and go from there. Well, conference-wise, preseason I would see us as a 5 or a 6. Everything's always up in the air. Emmanuel is completely rebuilding with a whole young team, so you expect them to be good, but I don't know how good. Emerson is always, a threat just because they're a prominent school who can compete for kids from across the country, but at the same time they have a brand new head coach as well coming in. And with Wentworth adding to the mix this year, they're always a wild card team every year. You never know what they're going to get. So I do see us being able to compete for a chance the top 6 make the playoffs, so I see us being in that. And seeing what we can do towards the end of the season as far as competing with teams. And like I said, Spencer is going to be our go-to guy, and we're going to have to ride him and keep him healthy. And make sure that he's able to compete for the entire season. And hopefully fill pieces in around him that can at least keep the ball under control and limit mistakes. I expect him to be a leader. Really, that's the most important thing to me. Offense is going to be there. He's going to get set. He's going to have his chance to get kills. That being said, we're working with a new setter this year, so where he's going to be able to get the kills from, still remains to be seen. But he is going to have his opportunities. I fully expect him to be tops on the team as far as kills go. Hopefully, hitting percentage. I'm more concerned about his hitting percentage more than his kills. Last year I think he was below 300. Which I'd really like that to come up. Hopefully his blocking continues to improve, and he can really be a force for us. He's a great passer, so he'll be a force for us all the way around in the rotation. But he's not going to be able to do it alone. We're going to need help from Frank, who's probably going to be setting for us this year, Frank McCaffrey, and hopefully he he can continue to learn and develop and be able to distribute the ball where we need to. McCoy is going to be another one that we're going to need to rely heavily on. He's played middle 3 years now, and he could be switching positions. We'll see how things pan out that way. And of course, you need to play with 6. And right now, with 5 returners that I've got, we got 5 new kids that we're going to need to learn quickly and be able to do their job on the court in order to help those guys succeed.